An elaborate investment scheme has enticed a senior couple out of their retirement savings. After falling for the scheme, they want to warn others. Our Mike McKnight tells us about the expensive lessons learned as First Alert 6 investigates.
Warm southern days are supposed to be frosting on the cake for retirees, Nick and Mary Pat Guerrier. But since selling Drizzle's Bakery in Bellevue, they crave home.
We made up our mind to move back to Nebraska.
But Nick thought first they needed a bigger nest egg, so he invested $310,000 with an online AI development firm using cryptocurrency called Star Pronto Prosperity Group.
This was so sophisticated, and they had all the bells and whistles on their website.
But he didn't see red flags after the firm wanted $200,000 more for Nick to withdraw his investment with earnings. $500,000 total that he paid, and then his account showed zero.
Devastating. I mean, my insides just felt upside down.
Naturally concerned about the sudden drop in his investment, Nick investigated by going online and clicking on the link for the investment group, and look what pops up. It says this website has been seized by the FBI. An FBI spokesperson tells me the Montana field office and U.S. attorney seized the website as part of an ongoing investigation.
It prevents the people using this particular website from victimizing other people.
He's not on the case, but Douglas County Sheriff's fraud detective Mike Tuchelis has investigated others like it.
Investment websites have invested a lot of time and effort into their scam, and so they go after people with assets, and so we tend to see losses in the high hundreds of thousands all the way up into the millions.
The Guerriers say their expensive lesson could save life savings for someone else.
Then call somebody who works in the field and have a conversation with them and let them check it out for you before you go into it.
The couple tells their daughter and son-in-law in Omaha that they feel like the targets of an alleged scheme.
Pig butchering scam.
The Guerrier's Nebraska family has set up a GoFundMe to help them live in retirement.
Let's not add any more shame or guilt to this situation. How do we help stand with them and get them moving forward? And right now our focus is them coming back to Omaha.
Emotional family in Nebraska sends Zoom hugs to mom and dad in South Carolina, with real ones waiting for them when they come home. Mike McKnight, First Alert 6.
Mike's message to the investment firm hasn't been answered, but here's some answers from fraud investigators before investing in offers promising high returns. Research the company online and with phone calls to financial advisors you know personally. Better Business Bureau can also identify red flags, and don't feel intrusive by asking senior family members about any big investments they have or plan to make.